What's up, RJ?
What's up, Jim?
How you doing?
I got a question for you.
Oh, what's the question?
Are the E's in the word be silent?
I don't know how I feel about that. Comment below what you think. RJ, stop smoking weed. All right, what is up, guys? So I hope you guys are staying safe, staying healthy, and aren't going too crazy being quarantined there, or whatever's happening in your state or country. I hope you're doing good, but we're basically stuck in the garage. But we got a lot of work ahead of us, so it's not a bad thing. Yesterday I came down here, I didn't film, but I got a lot of work done because I need to catch up on a lot of projects. Yesterday, threw the gas tank in. The grimy ass thing. I repainted all the straps, made everything nice and pretty because you just couldn't put stank ass things back in this pretty car. The next step to getting this thing back together is throwing in the new rear end. So this is an M3 rear end because we're converting this car to being an M3. We got this out of the parts M3, which is like huddled over there. Yeah. We'll talk about that later. But here we go. What makes this different than the regular 3 Series rear ends is a couple things that I'm pretty sure about. So first thing is the trailing arm right here. I believe this piece is beefier. And it has the M stamp on it, so that's kind of cool. Check it out. That's right. Wow. Yeah, so I'm only like half a poser. And the knuckles are different because it accepts the larger M3 brake. I believe that's a fact. Then the spring bucket, I think, is more reinforced. Could be completely wrong. And then most importantly, the diff and the axles are way beefier. And it also comes with the LSD versus the open diff. So this is the perfect upgrade we need to accommodate for our major upgrade in power. So this is the point where a lot of guys are probably telling me to do the bushings. Luckily, the previous owner actually just did them. So it has solid bushings all around. Well, at least the subframe bushings are solid and the trailing arm bushings are like a upgraded polyurethane, which is great. So this thing is literally ready to be thrown in there, which is great because the chassis is now ready to accept it. This has been a long time coming. Like, it doesn't feel like it can actually happen yet. You know what I mean? It's been so much work to just get this in there.
Well, you did go with the while you were in there phase.
Yeah, the while you're in there curse really striked on this one, so yeah. Let's shut up and get this thing in there. Oh, this is so bad. All right, well, 2 things I just learned. One, actually 3. One, we're pathetic. I really need to invest in a table jack now that I actually own a lift. And 3, the solid subframe bushings, they have a very small tolerance. So getting the 2 front studs to go in perfectly straight, pain in the ass. But she's in there, dude.
Golden.
My car's starting to feel whole again.
Filling that hole in your heart.
So much work to do still. Hopefully, I never have to take this thing back out. After that whole thing,
After feeling so accomplished,
we have to take it back out. This sucks.
Big suck.
My buddy who I got this rear end from, he must have made these solid subframe bushings. He's a machinist, so he probably did make them because they aren't made correctly. If you look, this thing's fully tightened. I should have noticed this, honestly. There's, where is it? Yeah, you see that slight gap? See that nut in between it? So the solid subframe bushings are supposed to have a groove in it to account for that nut because that's the stud that goes into the chassis. It actually bolts on, and it doesn't have the indent for it. So subframe isn't sitting on the chassis fully, so we have to drop this thing again, and then we have to take the studs out. I just convert those to bolts and we should be fine. So ready for round 2?
No.
Yeah, that's the noise we like.
Well, it's in there. What next? All right, so these things are bent to crap. It's nice having a dust shield, but
Who needs them?
who needs them, right?
Anybody needs a dust shield slightly used, let us know.
Looks so naked without it. All right, I completely forgot we actually have to change these lower control arms or these camber. I don't even know what to consider them because there's like some weird things going on here. But the factory ones have no adjustment, and you could definitely use the adjustment. And also, look at this thing. It had a rough life. I don't know what happened to it. It doesn't look like anything else in the suspension was whacked, but for some reason this lower was, who knows. These will do.
Nice.
Not bad. For anyone that is wondering, the diff does have solid bushings too. I know that's always heavily recommended. And also what I noticed, there's a bunch missing hardware on the axle, which is like fantastic, so.
Great, it's gonna be fine.
We can fix that.
Great.
Oh, I gotta sneeze.
COVID.
Oh, we're good. All right, so at this point in the video, probably 1.5 million people already commented, but I do need the dust shield. I guess I've been working on 240s too much because I forgot that the dust shield actually holds all the e-brake shoes internals like together. So I can't get all the brakes on today, which sucks. I was really hoping to do all that today. I'll get new ones from FCP in the morning. Hopefully they're open. Worst case, I'll just cut them off this thing as much as I don't want to. But I was really hoping to get all 4 brakes on because yesterday I spent so many hours getting these things to look brand new again. Check it out. These things look awesome. I wish I took a before video. I'm an idiot for not doing it, but they were painted probably 3 times, and every time they were painted, they were definitely not prepped or clean. It was disgusting. It took me hours to strip these things, but it was worth it because now these things look brand new. They're gorgeous. I mean, they're still ugly ass brakes, but you got the M logo on it, so that's cool. So unfortunately, that's all we could do for the rear today, but it's 80% M3 in the rear now. That's pretty cool. But at least we can bang out the front today and see that all complete. So up front, the only stuff that's different is technically the hub and brakes and the lower control arm. For the M3, the lower control arm is, I guess, beefier and longer. I could Google that. The hub has a bigger offset and the brakes are obviously bigger. So I was just looking at the M3 lowers, these things right here, and unfortunately they are trashed, which is a shame because they're kind of expensive. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be using these lower control arms for now until obviously I order a new set, which is fine. They'll bolt up and they'll look fine. For now, what we're gonna do is swap out the knuckle and then we can get all the new brake stuff on. It's gonna look gorgeous and I'm excited to see it. So let's get to it. Check it out, we have M3, we have regular 3 series. So as you can tell, they look a little bit different. That's only because these are modified for drifting. This actually gives it more angle and more sensitive steering. This won't be a drift car. I know a lot of you guys will probably think I'm gonna drift it. It's not, that's why I'm going to the regular knuckle. This will feel a lot better for street use. And I was told that the hub depth is different. This is a crude measurement, but they look the same to me. So I don't know what form that was. All right, there we go. We have M3 knuckle and hub. That wasn't the exciting part. The exciting part is right now, we get to put on the M3 brakes. If you guys remember from a while ago, I think it was over the summer, I actually bought a purple M3. It had a dead cylinder and it looked like it was at the bottom of the ocean for a year. It came with a trunk full of parts. One of the things that came in it was brand new brake pads and rotors right here, and they're nice brakes, EBC brakes and some drilled and slotted rotors. This is not a cheap combo, so I'm super happy that I've held on to this for so long. So now I'm gonna have a beautiful set of brakes all around, and of course these things are yellow. Are you kidding me? Oh, these are gonna look hot. So hyped on those. Damn, that already looks so much better. Honestly, this car has always been so dumpy looking that it's so weird to see nice parts on this thing. It's refreshing though. Looks good. I am so excited for this right now. I low-key love that they're yellow. I should be mad about it because it's a red car, but no shame. Dude, that looks so good. I'm so happy with that. It just looks so fresh and new. And yes, they're floating calipers, so they're not good looking, but the pads, kind of like it. I think it makes up for it. And yes, I am missing the little hardware clip right here. I have to paint it still. I forgot, so we'll do that later on. And my BC still looks brand new. It just looks... This feels amazing because the whole car is just starting to feel brand new, and I love it. It just doesn't even feel like the same car. All right, and then for this side, we could just use some YouTube magic. And of course, this side looks just as amazing as the other side. I'm Well, so happy with this. I know I keep saying it, but we've done a lot of work so far and there's still a lot to go. Next thing we got to do is we have to put in our shifter and we have to finally put in our drive shaft and link the whole drivetrain, which is awesome. So just like my E30, this chassis, the parts car, actually came with a chassis mount shifter. Now it's not as nice as my Garagistics one in my E30, but still seems like a really nice piece, so we're gonna throw this in the car. It's a little excessively tall for my liking. Like the E30 was kind of tall, but it kind of works for that car. I definitely would prefer like a more OEM height, but for now, it's in here, so I might as well take it out. And hopefully, I don't have to go underneath the car. I don't think I do. How does this come out? I should know this. Oh no, I have to go underneath the car. This is gonna be a whole thing. Yeah. Oh boy. Jesus. Oh, by the way, people, E30 update coming this week. We'll talk about it later. Just try not to think about it. Also, S13 update coming soon too. Ooh, okay. Real question is, am I lanky enough to fit in that trans tunnel to undo this shifter? Well, we're gonna find out. Looks like you guys are getting a big old view of my butt. Oh, we got one. 2 for 2. Oh, we're so good. We're good. Check this out. Damn it. There we go, we got him. Oh, that's awesome. Go in here. We should be able to. Cool, do I have to drill holes? Oh, nice, you don't have to. Give it a quick spit shine and it looks pretty good. I mean, this is a nice piece. But all I'm saying, if a Garagistics one happened to show up, I'd have to put it in. All right, let's throw this in the car. Hopefully it's not too bad on myself. So the big thing I don't love about this is the fact that it doesn't actually fully cover the hole like the Garagistics one does. So obviously we can't be having that because moisture. So I have this rubber boot from a 240. I think if we cut this up, we can make a nice little seal for it. Well, at least something better than a giant hole. So check it out. And after cutting, boom. This will have to do. It's a pretty damn good fit to me. There we go. No water getting in here. Oh yeah, look how perfect that shifter seal sits. All right, shifter is officially in, and now we can put in the little selector rod piece. Not good. All right, well, there goes another one. I should have known better. I played myself. I broke another lens, but whatever. I apologize because this lens is slightly out of focus. And now that I said it, you're probably gonna focus on it and it's gonna drive you nuts, and I'm sorry. All right, that's definitely not bad looking. It's just a little much for my taste. But I mean, it's pretty solid. It's a little much. It'll do. Next step of all of this mess is to get the drive shaft in. And once the drive shaft's in, the full drivetrain is hooked up. Then we can get the exhaust on, and it's kind of a big deal. So M3s have a different drive shaft too, of course. So what makes them real different is where they attach the diff. It's crazy. It actually has like another U-joint like built into it, like almost like an axle right at the diff. So of course there's a bunch of grease in there. Get the 6 bolts in. All right, so far so good. All right, she's in there, boys. We officially have a full entire M3 ass drivetrain in my little 325, but it's an M3 now. Yeah, it's an M3 now. The last thing I want to do tonight, so it'll make me feel accomplished, is I want to get the exhaust on, because now everything is up there, so we officially can throw the exhaust on and leave it on, which is a big deal. The only issue is this thing is heavy, it's big. I mean, look, it's actually huge, and it's V-band, so can I get it up there by myself? We'll find out. All right, so trying to put it on as one piece, it was a dumb move, but it's on there and it looks amazing. And I honestly always forget how well this thing fits. Running a single exhaust tube through the bottom of an E36 is super difficult because they hang so low. That's why the factory and all the aftermarket ones are like dual smaller piping. And even given that constraint, Justin made this thing tucked up so nicely. I'm never gonna have to worry about it. And it's so beautiful. But I'm gonna shut up. The car looks amazing. Everything looks brand new. Like the whole entire car just feels so new to me. I can't wait to get the thing together, running, driving, and of course we gotta paint it now. I mean, we've always had to paint it, but now it's like, it's so close. So I'm exhausted. It's been a long couple days and we got a bunch of long days ahead of us. So I take full advantage of being stuck in here. So you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.